An exclusive preview of the all-new Bugatti Chiron. That's today on Autogefühl, your number one resource for in-depth car reviews and your number one community to discuss cars with Thomas. The Veyron is no more. This one here is the new Chiron, and we're showing you it on the exterior and also on the interior as a preview, and give you some important facts about the car. Of course, it needed even more power. It now has 1,500 horsepower, totally crazy. 1,600 Newton meters of torque. Some more figures coming. 2.5 seconds from 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 miles an hour. Even again, totally crazy, because such an engine is of course not really light. We'll soon take a look at that one as well. And what more? Maximum speed 420 kilometers an hour. Wow, that's really, really crazy. And I hope you won't drive that fast. I take a step back for just a minute that you can have a close look at the car here. You see there's a really completely new front. The car is really more modern than the Veyron. You see these horizontal lights with a new LED signature. That is really interesting. And this car will be introduced in autumn 2016 for a base price of 2.5 million euros net, so plus taxes. And just for 1/3 of the whole production, this car is already sold out. So 1/3 of the whole production that will be available is already sold right now. And you see, there is still a market for such a supercar, and that is really remarkable. What we can see here, for example, you see those really big air intakes for the engine there in behind. That is a really impressive thing. And I love the blue color, by the way, because, you know, it's very unique. Let's take a look at those massive rims with carbon ceramic brakes behind. See, that's the maximum you can get. And just one disc of this one is probably more worth than your whole car is, you know, of a normal car customer. And there, at one point, I had the possibility to lift a normal disc brake and those carbon ceramic disc brake, and they are really way lighter. And of course, they deliver better braking performance, and especially when you're on the racetrack, then they don't overheat. And what is maybe also very important here, also the rims, they don't get dirty that easily. Then those ones here, you can always read them right here at the tires. R20. Those ones here are the 20-inch alloys, blue contrasting brake calipers. And I think this is color-wise really my favorite Bugatti of all time. Really like that color combination. It's so unique. And I also like this one here, the Chiron, more from the exterior design than the Veyron. You see the wing can be adjusted in the height. You can see that it's retractable right here. Also, wow, what a massive car. You see here the back exhaust here. I could almost put my head in there. That's not the real exhaust. The real ones, 1, 2, 3, 4 are right in here. Massive diffuser, of course. When a car is able to drive that fast, you have to have a lot of downforce here, and the car also has to suck itself on the ground, literally. 1,500 says the horsepower figure here. Wow. A lot of carbon fiber is used here again, of course. Well, it is a very impressive car, but you also have to think about it. Well, of course, it's not sustainable at all. But then again, is it really a car that will be driven? I think rather not. Maybe it's not that much of a factor how much fuel this car is burning or how much horsepower it has, saying, oh, you know, that's, you know, something from yesterday. But this is more like something for a museum, for a private car collector, of course, where money doesn't play any role at all. And so I'm not thinking that this car will ever have now more than 1,000 kilometers on the clock, maybe. That is highly unlikely. We can also take a look at the interior. And when I open that door for you, you can look at right here. There it is. Of course, Bugatti, you know, this old imagination of old luxury always combines still genuine leather. I don't think it's necessary. The Bugatti designers obviously thought it would be. However, the styling, which you could also do with leather replacement, the styling is really great because you see a lot of floating lines, a real clean design, and of course, again, a lot of carbon fiber we can see. And oh, it's not available. No, sorry. Okay.
It was like a exception.
Okay. Okay. So we're not allowed to sit in the car because it's obviously too expensive. But that we got live on camera. So I tried to get in and out, and I can tell you, well, you sit extremely low in the car. And that's, of course, again, necessary for the wind track we have. And so maybe just come closer to take another look on the interior then. And you can also laugh at my expense then. So, you can see the carbon fiber is also used at the middle console and is drawn all the way until the dashboard. And I think the style they've used them is very beautiful. And especially the mix of the aluminum elements, then it again creates a contrast. And you see, they have kept it relatively simple with not too many different elements. So it's still focused as a driving machine. And, well, when you're sitting here and look, maybe you come down look from that perspective again, as, you know, a driver would be looking, it really more feels like, you know, would be on a salt lake and driving a new high-class car that is really a prototype and going like for the speed record on that salt lake. But obviously it is, well, not a real serial production car, but for all the pieces that are available, it's not a prototype. And so this one here is our preview of the new Bugatti Chiron. So I'm not sure if you have 2.5 million euros net available for this car. If you do, you now have the possibility to do so. And, well, when? I would probably pick it in blue color. Not sure if I picked the contrasting one. This one looks a little bit like this new Miami blue color in the Porsche 911 facelift. But that one is, of course, even more elegant with the very dark blue color right here. So, take another full look of the new Bugatti Chiron. I'll move off the stage to give you a very clear look to close our preview. I think it's time to clean the car again, isn't it? Is it? The cleaners come to make the car ready for the next visitor.